Hello guys, welcome back to all. In today's class, we are going to discuss about some important questions from the D block elements. Right? We know very well about the D block elements. So, if you see in the periodic table, so if you observe here, so this is S block and this is P block. So, in between the P and D blocks, there exists a D block. So, D block elements generally called as transition elements. So now in this video we are going to discuss some important questions which comes under JEE NEET and it will also comes in the board exams also. So let us concentrate. So what is the first question? Which of the following is not the characteristic of a transition element? So option A, they are hard and have high densities. Option B, form colored ions and compounds. And option C, show fixed oxidation state. And option D, have high melting and boiling points. So if you observe here the question is not the characteristic. So if you observe the transition elements having, they are hard and have high densities because all are metals, and they can form colored compounds, and they have high melting and boiling points. So option C is not the characteristic of the D block elements, because if you observe here the manganese, it can exhibit the oxidation states from +2 to +7 up to +7. So +2, +3, +4, +5 and so on +7. Not only the manganese, so many elements can exhibit different oxidation states because of their nature. So that's why the transition elements may not possess the fixed oxidation state. So option C is the correct answer. And now let us see the next question. So here let us see the next question, second question. Which of the following is not a transition element? So lead, tin, chromium and zinc. So if you observe here, the 4 element belongs to D block, right? But here is not a transition elements. Transition elements means obviously we know all the D block elements are transition elements. But you have to remember what is the transition element definition. Generally the transition element contains n-1 D10NH2 configuration, which means the transition element is defined as which contains at least one unpaired d electron in its atom or ion in the common oxidation state. Which means every D block element must contain one unpaired electron in the D block. But the elements, some elements are there. For example, take zinc, cadmium and mercury. These 3 elements are not treated as a transition elements because they contains 10 electron in their d orbital. So that's why the zinc is not a transition elements. If you observe here, the electronic configuration of zinc is argon 3d10 and 4s2. So if you observe here, the d orbital contains total number of 10 electrons. There is no unpaired electrons in the d orbital. So that is why here the zinc is not a transition element. Transition element means it must contain at least one unpaired electron in the d orbital. Which means all the D block elements are called transition elements? No, because some elements like zinc, cadmium and mercury may not contain D at least one unpaired electron in the d orbital. So here the answer is zinc. And let us see the next question. 18 karat gold will contain which percent of other metals like copper and silver. See, if you observe here, generally in case of gold, we are talking about the 24 karat gold. So generally 24 karat gold means it is the purest form. It means 100% pure gold. Generally the carat is used to identify whether the gold is purified form or not. Is it clear? So here 18% means it is not the pure gold. 24 carat means it is the 100% pure gold. Here the impurities may contain, the gold may contain at least 25% other metals like copper or silver. So 18 karat gold means it contains 25% of copper and silver. Copper or maybe silver. Which means it is 75% up to purified gold. 24 karat gold means it is 100% pure gold. And now let us see the next question. So here the fourth question. How many d electrons will present in the chromium plus 2 ion? So we know that the chromium means it is a 24 atomic number, configuration is organ 3d5 4s1, right? So here chromium plus 2 means it will loses the 2 electrons. So what is the configuration? It becomes argon 3d4 4s0 because it losing the last electron and one electron from the d orbital. So here how many d electrons will present here? Only 4, 3d4. So that is why the answer is 4. And next question. How maximum oxidation state shown by which metal? So obviously manganese, because the manganese will show the oxidation state from +2 to +7. It will show variable oxidation state when compared to chromium, cobalt and other. So that is why the answer is manganese. Let us see the next question. So if you see the next question, name the transition element which does not exhibit variable oxidation state. So obviously manganese, titanium, scandium and chromium. Obviously scandium. See, the scandium will exhibit only the +3 oxidation state, whereas titanium, manganese and chromium will exhibit different oxidation states. And let us see the next question. The element of fifth period which contains the configuration 5f0 and 4d10. So if you compare here ruthenium, palladium, platinum and silver, argentinium. So the rhodium may having 4d8, I think 48 5s1 configuration. So answer is the palladium. Palladium having 4d10 electrons. So if you see the platinum will contain 5d9 6s1 configuration, whereas the silver contain 4d10 5s1 configuration. So that is the answer is palladium. And now let us see the next question. So if you see the next question, the properties of zirconium and hafnium are similar because, see, option A, both belong to the D block, and second option, both belong to the same group of the periodic table, and both have similar radii, and both have same number of electrons. If you observe here, the zirconium having 160 picometer atomic radii, whereas the hafnium having 159. So here both the elements may having the similar radii. So that is why both having similar radii, that is why they are having the similar properties like physical and chemical. So this is nothing but it is called lanthanide contraction. So what is lanthanide contraction? See, generally the electron will first fill into the 5d orbital, but it will the electron first enters into the 4f orbital, filling of 4f orbital before 5d orbital. So this is called lanthanide contraction. So due to this lanthanide contraction, the both element having similar atomic radii. So that is why they are having similar physical and chemical properties. Is it okay? So let us see the next question. So let us see the next question. Calculate the magnetic moment of a divalent ion in aqueous solution of its atomic number 25. See, you have to observe very clearly. Here the atomic number of the atom is given 25, and here the clue is given, it is a divalent ion. So what is the atomic number? 25 means it is nothing but manganese. So it is here, it is clearly given, it is a divalent ion. So that is why manganese plus 2, Mn plus 2. So now you have to find out the magnetic moment. So we have a formula, magnetic moment mu is equals to square root of n into n plus 2. So this is the formula, Bm. Bm means Bohr magneton. So here n means number of unpaired electrons here. So Mn plus 2 configuration, if you observe Mn plus 2, we have manganese electronic configuration is argon 3d5 4s2. So Mn plus 2 means the configuration becomes argon only 3d5 because it is losing 2 electrons. So here how many number of unpaired electrons are there? 5. So what is the magnetic momentum? Then we get square root of 5 into 5 plus 2. So by calculating we get the value 5.92 Bohr magneton. So option A is the correct answer. So if you find out the magnetic moment, we should know the number of unpaired electrons because the formula is mu is equals to square root of n into n plus 2 Bm. So in case of here, the manganese plus 2 ion contains 5 unpaired electrons. So that is why option A is the correct answer. If you get the 4 unpaired electrons, so then we will consider n value is 4 here. So 4 into 4 plus 2, then we have to calculate the value like this. Now let us see the next question. So let us see the next question. The following ion is colorless in aqueous solution. So obviously titanium plus 2, copper plus 2, Ni plus 2, zinc plus 2. Obviously zinc plus 2 because it contains 0 unpaired electrons. So it is colorless. Next, 11th question. From the following ions, magnetic momentum is maximum for. See, generally the mu value is depend upon the number of unpaired electrons. If the number of unpaired electrons are more, then automatically magnetic moment will also having more. So if you observe here the Mn plus 2, it contains 5 unpaired electrons. Fe plus 2, the ferrum will contain 4, whereas in chromium plus 4, it is also contains 4 unpaired d electrons. But the zinc plus 2 contains 0. So that is why obviously Mn plus 2 having the more magnetic momentum value. And now let us see the next question. So let us see the next question. Bronze is an alloy of, so it is obviously copper and tin, copper and zinc, lead, tin and zinc, lead and zinc. So obviously copper and zinc combination is an alloy of bronze. And let us see the next question. Which of the following is paramagnetic? Mg plus 2, Fe plus 3, Al plus 3, Zl plus 2. So paramagnetic means it should contains some unpaired electrons, right? So in case of Mg plus 2, so it is having, Mg means magnesium, so configuration is neon 3s2. So here the magnesium plus 2 means it is containing only neon configuration. So that is why it doesn't having any unpaired electrons. If you see the aluminum, it is also aluminum plus 3, it is also containing neon configuration, right? Here Zn plus 2, it is also containing argon 3d10 configuration. So there are no unpaired electrons, but here Fe plus 3 contains argon 3d5 configuration. So here 3d5 means it contains unpaired electrons. So that is why it is paramagnetic. So like this you have to answer the questions which comes in the exams, in your board exams as well as in JEE or NEET exams. You will get questions from D block. In the next videos I will try to explain more questions from the different topics from organic, inorganic and physical chemistry. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through the comment box. So if you like my classes, please share, like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you all of you.